Oh, wait a minute. Mm, do we want a filter? Do we want? Or is it gonna do something silly? Ah, it's doing something silly. Hey y'all. Welcome to Cheers to a New Day. Cheers to a new day. I appreciate y'all, the people on the live for their patience. Traffic was wild. I just came back from the Small Business Expo. And for anyone that has a small business, one thing I learned, hello, Shelly Moon Designs. Welcome, welcome. One thing I learned, you will want to know this, Shelly. Anybody that has done transactions with Visa or MasterCard between the years, it's something like 2000 to 2019. But DM me if you want to know the link. There's this huge settlement, like a $5 billion settlement. Because the merchants, the small businesses, were being overcharged by Visa and MasterCard. I didn't know that. And there's only like 81 more days to get your money. So I just wanted to share that real quick because I just learned that. So happy that you made it home, Shelly. I'm glad you're here because there's some amazing updates. Oh, you knew about it. Good. There's some amazing updates. And today's conversation is going to be about one of the time principles. So, I'm going to be posting soon on YouTube and on Instagram, officially dropping my upcoming retreat. It is a restorative retreat. This retreat is focused on helping you find strategies for yourself by going within. I'm going to give you principles and frameworks. You're going to leverage that. Part of the time is going to be focused on you creating your own tools for yourself. I've been in too many groups and in organizations that said, this is the thing you should do. This is the thing you should do. Yes, there are some things that are one size fits all, and sometimes there's not. And I think what's most powerful is when people are given information and empowered to make that change. The biggest thing about the retreat that makes it different than any other kind of like online course is that it's really focused on helping you to relax. So there's yoga nidra meditation, there's going to be a sound bath. It's not going to be your traditional online experience. This is also my prototype. So I'd love to have you join me so that you'd be able to see what an online retreat experience would be like. I have done so many online experiences and actually have a whole certification as a virtual facilitator, but I've yet to do a healing and strategy retreat that is helping you to relax, reset your nervous system, connect with your intentions, and then you will get a chance to experience what it's like to learn more information about time, learn some of these time principles, and then take a few frameworks and then edit them to work for you, to be what you need. So I'm really looking forward to the restoration retreat. And before we get to the restoration retreat, there is the Meetup and Meditate. Meetup and Meditate is happening live in Austin. It's on this Sunday, November 17th. And it's also going to be happening online next Thursday on November 21st. Excuse me, my allergies from Florida are still hitting me. But if you are available and interested in learning more about Infold Studios, interested in having a live free meditation with me, and also we'll be doing a few activities together for the Relax and Remix book. Feel free to come out. What I'm realizing is like I am not meeting a lot of people who have finished their journal. So, a number of the strategies and ways of working are going to be ways you can leverage your Relax and Remix journal to maximize the way that you are experiencing time. Because that is what's leading, that's one of the leading causes to this change fatigue and burnout. It's the way that we're relating to time itself. when we allow ourselves to spend more time doing activities like meditation and being in the present moment, that's how we can get what Eckhart Tolle calls the power of now. That's when we can release all of the anxieties about the future and all of the regrets from the past, and we can be a bit more present and fully embrace the abundance that exists in the moment. No matter what we are feeling or what we're going through, there is powerful information that exists in this moment, and you're gonna miss it if you're in the future or in the past. And so we're gonna be diving into that. I'm really excited to be sharing some of the content that I also shared in my Relax and Remix Your Approach to Time. I'm bringing it into this session as well. It was such a meaty session that yeah, I didn't even get through it on the Relax Remix Your Approach to Time. So I'm looking forward to the retreat because it's 2 half days. We're going to have such a glorious time. And there's just so much juicy research that I've been doing in the space of ancient wisdom teachings to nature to science. And I am just ready to share all of this with y'all, with you. Okay. So if you're interested in learning more, make sure that you go to infostudios.com, sign up for the meditate, meet up and meditate, because that is where you're going to get a fantastic taste. We already have, I think, for online, there's about 6 people signed up for online already. So excited. And we have 3 people, and I got to meet one of the folks today at the Small Business Expo that's going to be at the Sunday gathering in Austin. So what I love is that in these intimate settings, we're allowed to go even deeper. So if you're interested in getting very much like an intimate setting for this, be sure to come out. All right. I front loaded with my ad. And since I'm talking about offerings, my folks in my email newsletter subscription list are going to get this update. I'm actually making a really big update. I've been paying attention to what I've been hearing from people, and then also really thinking thoughtfully about what would it mean to have a course that goes over this content slowly. For some people, they may not have the time to do the restoration retreat. It's a 2 half-day retreat. And then I was going to have an offering called the Restoration Blueprint, and it was just going to be a 1 night, 3 hour thing. That also doesn't feel like enough time. And so, dun, 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 for those who've been paying attention, I do have a Patreon, and I've decided to shift over that content that would have been in the course and put that in for my Patreon crew. So I will, of course, be advertising more about the Patreon. You can find Info Studios on Patreon. I believe the link is on the link in the bio. I'm going to make sure it's there by the end of this live stream. But what I really love is that the Patreon is $150 a month, and every single week we have a call together. So it's a group coaching call. Group coaching for $150. Not just that. When I am channeling messages, when I am synthesizing data, y'all will be the first to know. And we'll be having fantastic conversations and building a community in the Patreon. And so what I'm most excited about is having a community of lifelong learners that are interested in going on this journey of how can we evolve collectively, but how can I evolve as a person? Because that's what you're interested in. You want to know how you are going to evolve. So the Champion Circle on Patreon, that's where we'll be doing that. So no more blueprint course for now, but what it's going to be is it's going to be the Patreon. So every week, we're meeting for an hour and a half every Thursday. It'll actually be after these lives. So you can, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to jump on the live and I'm going to ask questions on the live. And then I'm going to get the free content and then go over to the subscription content. Look, there's really ways that you can work this and really expand. I have beautiful, deep conversations with so many amazing people. And I'm like, it's time to share this information with the masses. And until There may be a book one day. I definitely want to do another book, but until I do that book, Patreon is where you're going to get the info. All right, let's get into our main content for today. So, the main content for today is actually the seventh time principle. I say seventh because it's in order and that's what I have in my notes. But what you need to know most is that this principle is going to hopefully get into your brain and help you be a lot more mindful about your language. The principle is your time is as good as your stories are. Your time is as good as your stories are. We're constantly telling stories about time, but sometimes we don't realize we are. When we're saying, like, oh my gosh, I have to go, I have to rush, da 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 da, we're then augmenting our reality in that moment. Sometimes virtual reality is what we say out of our mouth because we only experience what we believe, and usually what we say is deeply connected to what we believe. I was actually headed out to a Free People meeting. If you don't know, that's my nonprofit, and it was out at a co working space. And I decided that, well, I'm running behind, but the last thing I'm ever going to do is rush because I've gotten into a car accident before rushing. I don't want that for you and I don't want that for me. So I always then take a pause and take a moment, and then I choose, what do I choose to believe? And it's like, I'm going to get there exactly when I'm meant to get there. I will notify my folks that and let them know, let my team know that I am currently estimated to arrive at 1:13. We were starting the meeting at 1, and let them know I appreciate you for your patience. I appreciate your patience. I'm trying to do a really good job at not saying I'm sorry about these things, because what I am, it's like, yes, I do apologize and I do feel sorry, but I don't really feel sorry. I feel grateful. I feel so appreciative that these folks are going to be patient with me. Being patient is a key term in connection with time. So when things are taking a while to get going, instead of saying, I'm worried that this isn't going to happen, we can choose language that says, I choose to be patient with what is meant for me. I choose to find peace in this moment and be in the present moment. Because sometimes maybe your statement needs to not even be anything that you feel is directly connected to time, but it is the moment that you say, you know what, I'm just going to choose to be present and do my best in this moment. You're augmenting time. You're shifting time. Your time is as good as your stories are. Your time is as good as your stories are. I'm looking over here, Instagram, because I have my live stream folks on YouTube. But when we really start listening to the way that we talk about time, when we really allow ourselves to realize we do have enough time. Now, how can I say we have enough time? And you're probably like, you know me, you don't know my life. I know you have enough time because this is the amount of time that the divine has given you. This is the amount of time that God has given you. This is the amount of time that the universe has given you. When you believe, when you allow yourself to hold on to the idea that I do have enough time, maybe you'll start to be a little bit more creative. Because instead of saying, I need to rush, you could tell yourself, I need to be a bit more creative. I need to be a bit more thoughtful. I had a very full day today. So one of my evolution clients is doing this highly personalized program called Astro HD. I'm leveraging their astrology and their human design for their evolution coaching. This is a top tier package, so you'd have to contact me directly if you want it. Inside of this package, what I'm doing for this person is I am going through their Vedic, Chinese, tropical, if you don't know, that's the traditional Western astrology, going through their North American indigenous astrology and West African and Norse and runic astrology, because I am understanding who they are from all of the wisdom teachings, all of the way that the constellations have been inferred around the world. It's been a really, really fun journey. But my research in preparing the report, and I make this really beautiful PDF report. I think we're currently like at 80 pages for the report because we've gone through Chinese and Vedic. Anyways, aside. So to get this done, I need at least like 4 hours of working time to do the research and then to synthesize and then to allow the messages to be channeled through that need to be in their evolution guide, because that is the part I'm going through this research and information, yes, to share it with them, but I create a set of characteristics that are just for them, that align with their astrology. I create an affirmation and I create an experiment for them to run to support that affirmation, and 3 reflection questions. It's a lot. You hear that? It's a lot. So that was on my mind last night. I was like, I need to do this. And the day was kind of already done. It was 9:30. My body was exhausted. I had been working since 8:30. So what I decided to do was like, well, you know what? I can get this done, but I need rest. So I got rest. I went to sleep, and then I woke up at 6:30 a.m. and started working on it for my 10 a.m. meeting. And so, do you think I just jumped into it? I did not. I still believe I have enough time to set my timer for 10 minutes and spend time with God, to spend time with myself, to spend time connecting and filling out my Relax and Remix journal before I get my day started. Because it's not just the things that we say, it's also the things that we do. That's how we kind of like vote for how we experience time, is through the things that we do. Just a moment. These allergies, oh me, oh my. They are. I hope that was a little ASMR. I know that was right in the mic. I hope that this is supporting you right now. What I really love about how our time is just as good as our stories are is that we have the agency to change our to catch ourselves, to change our language, to allow ourselves to realize that God has given us all the time that we need. Maybe I just need to be more creative with my time. And so, inside of the retreat, the restoration retreat that I will be sharing soon, I'm going to be talking about AI. Okay. I've been leveraging AI in this past year in a way that has allowed me to be a better human, in a way that has saved me so much time. I even leverage it to mitigate my worries. And it's kind of like my little sidekick. And so I want to teach all of y'all how to relate to time differently, how to make AI one of your partners in time crime, not time crime, but it rhymed. And then also restorative practices for helping you be present so that you can actually experience the power of now, experience the time that you've been given. So this is my last note for you. If you have your Relax and Remix journal, you can do this in your journal. If you don't have your Relax and Remix journal, be sure to check it out, infolkstudios.com. It's all about allowing yourself to create new practices. And if you just have your pencil and paper and not a journal, you can do this practice yourself. What is your treasure of the day? What was your treasure of the day? Taking a moment every day to note down what was valuable, what lit you up, what brought you joy. It allows you to slow down. It allows you to take a moment and to realize that there was something good in this day. For myself today, my treasure of the day was actually like having the experience of meeting new people at the Small Business Expo. After doing my evolution session and then having a meeting with my nonprofit, I really felt like, do I have enough time to like go to this Small Business Expo? And I decided to say, you know what? I do. And I'm going to meet exactly who I'm meant to meet. And I met three individuals at the expo, and one of them signed up to come to the meetup and meditate on Sunday. You see, look, I'm just trying to be living proof every day because what I'm experiencing, I want you to experience too. So, those are two things for you. The first one, your time is just as good as your stories are. Be aware of the stories that you're saying about time, the things that you're saying about time, because you'll start to see your reality shift as you change your stories about time and how you talk to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And then write down, what was your treasure? What was your treasure of today? All right. Oh, I got a message from Shelly. Taking your mom to the gym to enjoy your slow day 3 times a week is freedom and peace. Yes. I love that. Moving your body, positive thoughts, and reframing your thoughts. Yes, yes. And I love how you put the word enjoy in there. How much more can we choose to enjoy these things that we're trying out? The second stage of the keys to evolution, the Info Studios Keys of Evolution, if you're not familiar, it's engage, enjoy, evolve. So whatever new thing you're trying, allow yourself to enjoy it. I love that. I love that for you, Shelly. Cheers to you, Shelly. Enjoy it. And so if you're watching this on replay, maybe share in the chat. Maybe share in the chat your reframe. Allow yourself to be observed by other people. What is one of the things that you say all the time about time that you're no longer going to bring into your future? And if you do, you're going to check yourself and switch it up. I hope this was supportive. I'm always interested in helping you all live a life that is more fulfilled and helping you be more resilient. I know that there's a lot of change happening. There's so many things going on in this world and in our lives, but the way that we become champions of change, the way that we become the resilient people that we choose to be, is by allowing ourselves to do new things. We become champions of change by allowing ourselves to change the way we do things, change the way we speak, change the way we eat, change the way we think. So continue being an amazing champion. Thank you so much for joining me on Cheers to a New Day. I look forward to seeing you at the meetup and meditate, whether it is in person or online. The details are on infostudios.com. If you're not able to make it, please check out the Relax and Remix journal, because a lot of the core activities that we're going to be doing will be found right inside of that book. And I just wish you so much grace as you move forward. Continue to keep smiling, to keep evolving, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. Thank you for joining me today. Cheers to a new day. See you next time. Be well and breathe deep. Bye.